Greetings, Toiletarians! I'm your host, Toilet Terry, and you guys are all watching Toilet Talk with Terry. That's me, obviously. The discussion topic for this episode is mind your business. That's what my mother used to say to me all the time when I was a kid. Mind your business. Mind your business. Mind your business. Want to know why? I'll tell y'all why. When I was a kid and we'd be out in public, I would be busting out laughing at people's errors. My Nana would tell me all the time, "Now, John, it is not appropriate to be pointing out and laughing at people's," I call them errors, but she called them infirmities. And my mom agreed with her. Yeah, John, that's not appropriate. But I kept doing it anyway. Like, for example, one time we were out in the streets. Marietta Square, yeah. We were at Marietta Square, and we're just walking. My mom's minding her own business. Dad's minding his own business. My sister's minding her own business. But what am I doing? I'm looking at, quote unquote, the fat man with the round nose. And I said out loud, "Look at the fat man with the round nose." And my mother was like, "Shh, mind your business." You see, I've got Asperger's. Not using that as an excuse, but it's true. Kids with Asperger's syndrome tend to just say whatever's on their mind, regardless of whether or not it could hurt someone or offend someone or yada, yada, yada. I remember that because I remember the first time I found out I had Asperger's was when I was 9 years old. I was diagnosed at 4, but I didn't find out until 5 years later when I was 9. And the way I found out is a funny story. So I'm going to go on a little detour here for a second and tell y'all the story of how I found out about Asperger's. Now, I believe I've told this story on previous episodes, but I'm going to tell it again anyway because it's so funny. So I went through phases as a kid. I went through a phase where I was obsessed with Transformers, one where I was obsessed with magic tricks. This particular phase when I was 9 years old was the Cat in the Hat phase. I was obsessed with the Cat in the Hat. And one time when my grandma Susie came over, I was dressed up like the Cat in the Hat. She called me John, but I was like, "No, call me the Cat in the Hat." And then suddenly, Grandma Susie noticed a lump in the crotch area of my pants. She's like, "What's that?" I pull a Cat in the Hat figurine about this size out of my pants, and the lump goes away. So it was the figurine that was the lump. I pull it out. I'm like, "It's this." And my Grandma Susie and my mom are looking at me like I'm crazy, and Grandma Susie's like, what was that supposed to be?" And I kid you not, I said to Grandmama Susie, with Mom right there, "That was supposed to be the cat's wiener." And my mother was like, "Go sit in the corner now." I'm like, "Why? What did I do?" She's like, "Go sit in the corner." And then after Grandma Susie left, she explained Asperger's syndrome to me. And needless to say, after that, we didn't have as much problems with me pointing out and laughing at people's errors in public, but not 100%, but some. I stopped doing it some. I didn't really stop completely until I was 11 or 12 years old. Back to it though. So yes, I told you all the story of the fat man with the round nose. That's probably the funniest one. The second funniest was this one time when this guy's pants weren't up all the way and his butt crack was showing. I start laughing at it and I'm like, that man's crack is... And then my mom puts her hand on my mouth and covers it up so that no one can hear me. I'm like, get your hand away from my mouth. I push her hand out of the way and she's like, for the last time, mind your business. And for the rest of the night, I could not stop thinking about that man whose butt crack was showing. In the car on the way home, I was still laughing about it. And my mom was like, stop laughing. It's not funny anymore. Jeez, son. You're telling me that's not funny anymore? You're telling me that's not funny when earlier that day in Walmart, you mom, laughed at a lady walking around the store dressed like Pikachu from Pokemon. And she was still laughing about it in the car that night on the way home. How hypocritical is that, Pokemon? The dude's crack was showing. But I was not the nosiest person that I knew growing up. Even around the time when my mom had to constantly tell me to mind my own business, I still was not the nosiest person I knew. In fact, I don't even think I was the nosiest person my mama knew. And in school, whenever we were telling yo mama jokes, the nosiest people would always be the ones to instigate. And whenever they would tell me yo mama jokes, I would say to them, get your nose out of my business and out of my mama's business. Pronto. ASAP. You got it? Whew, man. So I guess the moral of this episode could be something along the lines of, don't judge kids for being nosy because all kids are nosy. And that's all I have to say about that. Anyway, hope you guys enjoyed this episode, this discussion topic. Don't forget to drop a like on this video if you liked it. Hit that subscribe button for more upcoming content, which will be amazing. Y'all won't want to miss it. Alright, keep it real. Peace out.